LaLiga has a Joan García problem. The Spanish keeper is the best goalkeeper on the planet right now. Don't believe me? Take a look at this. Joan García is a keeper with elite reflexes, top-level agility, brilliant game reading,
He hasn't got a cap yet, has he?
perfect positioning, and excellent ball-playing ability to start attacks from the back. García is playing at the level of the best goalkeeper in the world, and by far the best in La Liga. 7 clean sheets, and matches where he turns into something else entirely. Not exaggerating. An unbeatable goalkeeper, a keeper who wins points for Barcelona. Just look at the games. The derby against Espanyol, Villarreal, Alaves, Newcastle, Rayo Vallecano. Joan García is the new hero of Barcelona, and this goalkeeper is about to destroy La Liga. Don't believe me? Take a look at this. Barcelona made a perfect deal with the signing of Joan García. 26.3 million euros for the best goalkeeper in the world, a player who will easily be worth at least 100 million euros in the coming years. And the keeper from Sallent, Spain, truly has everything. First, his physical profile. Joan García combines the two most important qualities of a modern goalkeeper, presence and agility. At 191 centimeters tall, he has the size to dominate the box, but also the explosive agility to make elite saves under the crossbar. That mix makes him incredibly hard to beat in every situation. Shots from inside the box, long-range efforts, and dangerous crosses. He fits the modern goalkeeper profile perfectly, and players like this are extremely rare. Second, his ability to reach impossible angles. Because of his size, flexibility, and explosiveness, García gets to corners that most goalkeepers simply cannot reach. And he does it with very little reaction time, needing minimal movement to neutralise shots that look like guaranteed goals. Third, his 1v1 defending and space reduction. García is outstanding when facing attackers through on goal. He does not hesitate to rush out of his area when needed. He closes space extremely fast and uses his body brilliantly, spreading himself to cover as much of the goal as possible. His typical stance forces strikers to be both quick and perfect with their finish, otherwise the chance is gone. Fourth, his reaction speed and recovery. This is one of his greatest strengths. García reacts instantly to rebounds. He can save, fall, get back up, and save again in the same action. He is almost always ready for the second ball. From penalties, if he guesses the right side, he gets there with authority. Fifth, his aerial dominance. García is very strong in the air. He reads crosses well, judges timing with confidence, and attacks the ball with bravery. His wingspan allows him to claim balls others cannot, and he knows when to come out and when to stay on his line. And the numbers back it all up. Joan García's impact goes far beyond what people are saying. His performances are not hype, they are proof. Pay very close attention to this because this part is usually ignored. Barcelona's defensive line has been heavily criticised this season. The team went through a very rough spell, conceding far too many goals, and even becoming, in October, the worst team in the league for expected goals conceded per match. That is unacceptable and unsustainable for a club like Barca, especially one that wants to compete for and win titles in the long run. A lot of people went looking for culprits. Some blamed Flick. Others blamed the high defensive line. Others said the forwards were not pressing. The midfielders were late to close down the passer. Or the whole block was disorganised. There were endless theories. But in all of that noise, something extremely important was forgotten. Something that is often undervalued, even though every move ends there: the goalkeeper. Now pay attention to this. With Joan García in goal, Barcelona in La Liga have recorded 12 wins and 1 draw, conceding just 9 goals. Without Joan, Barca lost 3 of the 4 matches they have lost this season. And this is not a coincidence. One of the moments that clearly overlaps with Barcelona's defensive drop-off is Joan García's absence. A single goal completely changes the dynamic of a match. How many times have we seen teams like Real Madrid, Arsenal, or Bayern not go behind early because Courtois, Raya, or Neuer pull off an unbelievable save. That 0-0 buys time. It allows the team to settle, to grow into the game, and eventually impose themselves on the opponent. We have seen it countless times. This is exactly what Barcelona were missing, and what it seemed they had finally found with Joan. So now we are going to compare how Barca behaved in the early matches with Joan in goal versus the games played with Szczęsny. And this is not a criticism of Szczęsny at all. The point is to underline just how important Joan García is for this team, how goalkeepers are often undervalued, and how one elite presence between the post can completely change the behaviour, confidence and stability of an entire side. First, let's compare this simple radar with standard metrics. And straight away you can see how clearly Joan is superior to Szczęsny. Higher save percentage, better post-shot expected goals, and the difference in goals conceded per 90 minutes is massive. Szczęsny almost triples Joan's numbers, and there is another detail that often goes unnoticed but massively affects how the whole team plays: distribution with the ball at his feet. Here we can see that Joan was operating at an elite European level, both short and long, clean, calm, precise. With Szczęsny, that level drops significantly. And what does that cause? More insecurity, more turnovers, more pressure on the team, and in the end, weaker attacks. When the build-up is cleaner and pressure is beaten more easily, the team can stay compact with the ball. From there, Barca are better positioned to counter-press, recover possession, or defend in an organised block. That means fewer chances conceded. This is a snowball effect. It either works in your favour or completely against you. Now, about PSXG plus-minus. This metric is key because it measures the real difficulty of saves based on exact shot location. Unlike awards that favour goalkeepers protected by strong defences, PSXG reveals individual performance. Last season, Joan García faced high-difficulty shots in a team that did not dominate matches and still prevented 7.7 more goals than expected. That is the difference between a goalkeeper who simply does not concede and one who actively wins points for his team. Szczęsny allows 3.2, Joan allows 1.7, Joan almost double the clear chances with Szczęsny. Szczęsny sits at 47.9, 2 metres, Joan at 50.06. Both play with a very high line, but with Joan, it works because he sweeps everything behind it. Szczęsny's Barca allow 9.45 passes. With Joan, that drops to 6.64. The team presses far more aggressively because they only trust the goalkeeper to cover space. Szczęsny allows 1.17 per match. Joan allows just 0.33. The difference is brutal. Szczęsny's Barca concede 1.4, 2 expected goals per game. With Joan, it drops to 0.75. Almost half, and when you compare that to actual goals conceded, Joan gives up less than expected, while Szczęsny gives up more. Opposition deep progressions. With Szczęsny, opponents reach the final third over 30 times per match. With Joan, that drops to just over 19. That is a 33% reduction. Szczęsny's numbers here are catastrophic, the worst among the top 5 leagues. Joan, on the other hand, is near elite level. For a team that takes risks in build-up like Barca, this is decisive. With Szczęsny, almost 3 per match. With Joan, less than 1. Pressure numbers are similar high up the pitch, but counter-pressing after losing the ball is very different. With Joan, immediate pressure works far better. Many of these metrics are not directly Szczęsny's fault, but there are too many coincidences and too much impact on the team's defensive behaviour to ignore. Now look at the shot maps. With Joan García, 90 shots faced, 10.5 expected goals against, only 9 goals conceded. He is saving far more than expected. Most shots come from outside the box or from difficult angles. Inside the box there are fewer shots, and most of them are low quality. With Szczęsny, 68 shots faced, 10.03 expected goals against, 11 goals conceded. A positive 10% XG performance, meaning he concedes more than expected, and visually, it is obvious. Far more shots from the heart of the box, far more high danger chances. There is also an important nuance. Szczęsny saved a penalty against Real Madrid. A very high XG shot. If we remove that penalty, as advanced analysis usually does, his open play numbers look even worse. Roughly 9 expected goals conceded with 10 goals allowed. The visual difference says it all. With Joan, Barca suffer less. Opponents shoot from worse positions. And when they do get a good chance, Joan often saves it. With Szczesny, rivals arrive easily in dangerous zones, and when they shoot from there, the chances of scoring are much higher. Impressive, right? But beyond the numbers, what is even more impressive about Joan Garcia are his individual performances. It is starting to feel like a weekly routine to say this, but once again, Joan Garcia has produced what people are calling the save of the season. His performances for Barcelona have been absolutely brutal, to the point where he has already overtaken Thibaut Courtois and now leads the league in save percentage this season. Joan is sitting at 75% saves, higher than the Belgians' 71%. And he did it in a derby against Espanyol, where he was deservedly named man of the match. And honestly, how could he not be? He stopped absolutely everything. Look at this. 1 save. 2. Three. 4. 5. And then came the moment of pure genius. To protect his goal, Joan literally pulled Gerard Martin into position to cover more of the goal just before the opponent's shot. It worked. Cold thinking, total control. The numbers from that match say it all. 1.73 goals prevented, 89% pass accuracy, 4 out of 7 long balls completed, 6 throws, 7 recoveries. Even Hansi Flick had no choice but to bow down to Garcia after the match. And the most impressive part is that this was not a one-off. It was not just one crazy night. Against Villarreal, he dominated one-on-one situations.
Pepe here, opportunity Parejo!
And produced unbelievable double saves.
Good form.
Mikotadze here, Garcia is playing a blind opportunity. And there.
Against Alaves, he probably made the hardest save of his career. Completely fooled by the initial shot, yet somehow still stretching to stop a second effort from a player he never even expected to shoot. Then came complete performances against Newcastle United and Rayo Vallecano, cutting out crosses, winning one-on-ones, showing lightning reflexes, making impossible saves. Literally the same story every single week. These performances explain exactly why he is the best shot stopper in LaLiga right now. His total of 145 saves last season across 38 matches already told us this was coming. Joan Garcia is not just having a good run, he is on a path to becoming the best goalkeeper in the world. And if this trajectory continues, he may even go down as the greatest goalkeeper in the history of Barcelona.